update on BI and Derek Favors?
I think Bi will play. It's a game time decision, but he seems to be okay today. Derek, I still say we have to wait to game time and see, but there is a possibility. So I guess questionable would be where his status would be right now.
Coming off that loss to OKC, undermanned, what lessons do you pull through here, continuing on the road to have a different outcome tonight?
Well, I know we were, we lost Bi and stuff, but we still had enough. I think what we've got to do, we just got to do a better job of executing down the stretch. We didn't do a very good job with that. It's a one possession game, and then we had a couple of poor possessions. You can't afford to do that on the road, and obviously you can't afford to do that when you're a team that's trying to win a game. You got to execute down the stretch. That's the big thing, I think.
Kyrie presents a unique challenge as always. What is the plan versus him tonight?
Well, you just got to try to limit his easy baskets. He's gonna, he's a little bit like Steph Curry in that those guys are really good at making tough shots. So you got to live with the tough shots. You got to try to. You got to try to keep him out of the paint as much as possible, and that's easier said than done. But you just got to take away all the easy stuff and try to force him into tough shots and live with the tough shots. Really.
JJ Redick kind of mentor this team a little bit. You still think he's got to still get going a little more?
Well, it's up to us to kind of get him going too. We've got to do a better job of screening for him and getting him open. We got to do a better job of playing with better pace. Our pace is not where it should be, so therefore we're struggling with the easy baskets that we're accustomed to having. We've got to get out, we've got to run, and we've got to try to get our shots off before the defense is set. We're playing too many times against half-court set defenses, and we don't want to do that. We don't want to try to get in transition where the matchups are not there.
I love what you think of this game as a whole.
Oh, I think he's been a good player for a lot of years in this league. He had a career year last year shooting the basketball, and as far as points average, and there's no reason why I don't see any difference in where he was last year to where he is now from a physical standpoint. So, as I said, we've got to do a better job of creating those shots for him.
In a league with so much roster turnover, just how difficult is it to develop chemistry in today's league? Is there any way to kind of expedite it as a coaching staff?
I don't think you can. I think it's just something that you work on every day. You try to do even team bonding things to try to get them close together. But chemistry is a funny thing. It's hard to define, but I think if you have it or not. So we're continuing to be a work in progress in that department. We added 9 new guys to our team, so that's going to take a little while for it to happen. But I think we got good guys. I think we got high character guys, and so I think they would like for it to be right now, but it's just not right now.
Does it change at all how dense you can make your playbook, or any stylistic alterations you want to make on how you want to play?
I think we try to play very simplistic, really. What we do is not very complicated. That's why I don't think it takes long to adjust to what we're trying to do, but it's very difficult to do. When you say you want to be a running team, is that you want to be a running team 50% of the time or 60%? No, we want to be a running team all the time, and that's got to be our mentality, and we hadn't reached that mentality yet. It's a very difficult thing to do.
This team is unique. Even when you guys have a few injuries, you just have such a deep roster. What's it been like managing a rotation so far?
It's been a little difficult, because you can't play 8 perimeter guys, and we've got a lot of really good perimeter guys. You can't play all the perimeter guys, so eventually you have to make a decision. And then if those guys are not playing to the level that the expectations, then you have to think about making another change. And it's tough to do because we basically, we have 77 games or whatever left, 76 games left. So there's a whole lot of games left. And you don't want to jump the gun too quickly, but you also know that, you have to have production. We're in an industry where, producing means a lot. And so if that doesn't happen, then obviously you have to change the rotations.
really excelled this year, especially shooting the rock. Do you think there's, what do you think is a big reason for his success this year?
I'm sorry, who?
Ingram really
Oh, yeah.
excelled shooting the rock.
No, I just think he plays with a freedom that he probably hadn't had, and he's done a good job of being a facilitator also. I think he's in the process of still learning what we want from him, totally. But he's been very good at trying to do exactly what we ask him to do. But he shot the ball extremely well, but of course I think he's really worked on it.
Do you feel like
I tell everyone I wasn't there. I don't know anything about that situation. I just know that they've been good here. So I couldn't. I mean, it would be tough for me to say anything about it because I just wasn't there. But I think they've done a good job of trying to fit in here and try to do exactly what we asked them to do. All three guys, really.
Homecoming sorts, I guess, for Jaw. Where have you seen his game grow from last season to this season?
Well, first of all, I think he's in great shape. Physically, he's in the best shape he's ever been in his life. I think he's changed a lot of his eating habits and stuff like that. So from a physical standpoint also, I think he probably feels better than he's ever felt. And then just the opportunity to play last year and play extended minutes in a lot of the games, I think it gave him a lot of confidence that he didn't have.
He was talking about getting more sleep this season. Do you know anything about that change in his life?
Yeah. Well, he and I went to the same guy. There's a guy out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. His name is Dr. Barote, Demi Barote, and we went through. He has a sleep center there that we went to, and he put us on a program. I've got a CPAC machine, and it's changed the way I know I feel. And all he talks about it all the time is that he's actually getting good sleep, REM sleep, that you hadn't had in a while. And so obviously it all starts with sleep. I know that it all starts with sleep. So I think that in itself probably gave him room for improvement anyway.
Does he use a CPAP machine too?
He does. Yes, he does. And it really helps. Trust us on that. I think you bring him over here, he'll say the same thing. Okay.
Oh my God.